China is a nation writing its future in concrete and steel. A civilization where the silence of sacred mountains is now mirrored by the gleam of super towers. It is a realm where the raw power of the earth is not an obstacle, but a challenge to be met and mastered. A place where the impossible is simply a problem of engineering waiting to be solved. Here, bullet trains slice through the hearts of mountains, shrinking vast distances into mere hours. Here, artificial islands rise from the ocean, creating new territory from the waves. Here, entire valleys are submerged to power the dreams of 1 billion people. And here, the very sky is claimed as vertical cities ascend into the clouds. This is the new face of ambition, engineered at a speed and scale that defies belief. There are rivers, and then there is the Yangtze. A force of nature that has carved landscapes and cradled civilizations, but has also unleashed floods that have claimed millions of lives. For centuries, to control the Yangtze was a dream of emperors, a fantasy of engineers. Today, that dream is a concrete reality, a structure so immense it is visible from space. The Three Gorges Dam is more than 2.3 kilometers long and stands over 600 feet high. It is the largest hydroelectric dam in the world, a monument to humanity's will to tame its most powerful forces. Construction began in 1994, a declaration of war against the river's unpredictable fury. When it was completed in 2012, it had not just blocked a river, it had created an inland sea. The reservoir stretches nearly 400 miles, a vast, placid lake where a raging torrent once flowed. Within its colossal walls, 30 generators hum with a power that can light tens of millions of homes. But its purpose is twofold. Beyond energy, it is a shield. The dam was built to end the cycle of devastating floods that have haunted the lands downstream for millennia. To achieve this, a multi-level ship lock was engineered. A giant elevator for vessels, lifting massive ships from the lower river to the new, higher waters of the reservoir. It is a slow, majestic ascent. A journey through a concrete canyon that shows the sheer scale of human power. The massive wall, standing defiant in the rugged gorges, is a testament to a nation's ambition to rewrite its own geography. If the Yangtze is China's lifeblood, the Yellow River is its sorrow. For thousands of years, it has been a bringer of both life and death. Its waters thick with silt that raises its bed, causing catastrophic floods. To tame it was not just an engineering challenge, but a spiritual one. The answer came in the form of the Xiaolangdi Dam. Built over 10 years, this giant structure rises more than 500 feet, a sentinel watching over Asia's most violent river. Its reservoir holds over 42 billion cubic meters of water. A vast reserve of power used to regulate the river's flow and protect the millions who live in its shadow. But its true spectacle, its moment of raw, untamed power, comes during the annual sediment release. This is not a gentle flow. This is a controlled cataclysm. Water mixed with red mud bursts from the dam's sluices at tens of thousands of cubic meters per second. It erupts into the valley like a colossal dragon, a roaring, thundering torrent of silt and water that scours the riverbed downstream. Clearing the sediment that has plagued this land for ages. It is a violent, beautiful, and necessary act of control. The dam not only produces 1,800 megawatts of electricity, but stands as a symbol of humanity's unwavering determination to bring order to chaos. To finally calm the sorrow of China. Nature does not distribute its gifts equally. In China, the south is blessed with water, while the north thirsts. For decades, this imbalance has been a source of struggle, a fundamental challenge to the nation's growth. The solution proposed was not one of conservation, but of creation, an idea so audacious it borders on the mythical, to build new rivers. The South-North Water Transfer Project is the largest man-made water diversion in history. It is a network of artificial canals, tunnels, and aqueducts stretching over 1,000 miles. Designed to move trillions of gallons of water from the fertile south to the arid north. It is a project that re-engineers a continent's hydrology. The system crosses hundreds of rivers, bores through mountains, and spans vast plains. It is a quiet giant, its canals flowing silently through the landscape, a lifeline for hundreds of millions of people. The idea was first proposed in the 1950s, a dream that took half a century to become a reality. Construction began in 2002, an undertaking of unprecedented scale. In many sections, the canals are built on two levels, the upper for water flow, the lower for transport or flood release, a design of maximum efficiency. This project is more than just infrastructure. It is a symbol of a nation's power to organize, to mobilize, and to bend the very landscape to its will. Ensuring that where nature did not provide, humanity would. There are places where the earth seems to resist human passage, where mountains rise like fortress walls and valleys plunge into bottomless abysses. The Sichuan Mountains are such a place. For centuries, this was a land of isolation, a landscape that defied roads. But where nature presented a barrier, modern China saw a challenge. The Yangtze Expressway is not a road, it is a scar of defiance, carved into the flesh of the mountains. Stretching 150 miles, it is known as the Road in the Sky. Its lanes vanish into fog, supported by bridges that soar like towers and tunnels that pierce the brutal heart of stone. At its completion, it held the record for Asia's tallest bridge piers, colossal pillars anchored in deep gorges. A testament to engineers who battled gravity, rain, snow, and shifting ground. More than 270 bridges and 25 tunnels make this highway a living museum of extreme construction. It is a corridor under constant assault from nature. Landslides, rockfalls, and icy storms are a constant threat. Branding it one of China's most dangerous passages, yet it endures. It is a vital lifeline for trade and survival, a concrete ribbon suspended between heaven and earth. Proving that no terrain is too formidable, no mountain too high for the relentless march of progress. A vast, terrifying gorge splits the landscape, a chasm so deep it seems to lead to the center of the world. For generations, the communities on either side were separated by a journey that took hours. Today, they are connected by a structure that seems to float on air. The Duke Bridge is the highest bridge in the world, its deck suspended nearly 1,850 feet above the ground. That is the height of a 150-story skyscraper. To stand on its edge and look down is to feel the overwhelming scale of both nature and human ingenuity. Its cable-stayed design features a main span of over 4,500 feet, crossing the entire gorge without the need for central supports. It is a thread of steel and concrete, held aloft by massive towers and a web of cables. A delicate yet immensely strong solution to an impossible problem. The bridge is more than a transport link. It has become a destination in itself, a viewing spot where thousands come to witness this marvel of engineering. The Duke Bridge is a symbol of a nation that does not go around its obstacles, but soars directly over them. It emerges from the haze where the sea and sky meet. A steel spine stretching 34 miles across one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is not merely a bridge, it is a statement. A megastructure that defies typhoons and treacherous currents, connecting three of Asia's most powerful economic hubs. For miles, it soars above the waves, a testament to human dominance over the water. But then, it does something unheard of. It vanishes. The bridge dives beneath the surface of the ocean. Becoming an underwater tunnel to allow the world's largest cargo ships to pass overhead before re-emerging from the waves on the other side. It is a concrete serpent, binding cities and destinies, a symbol of connection on a scale never before attempted. Built with enough steel to construct 60 Eiffel Towers and designed to withstand magnitude 8 earthquakes, it is a vision of regional power made manifest in concrete and steel. There are deserts, and then there is the Taklamakan. Its name means you can get in, but you can't get out. It is known as the Sea of Death. A vast, brutal expanse of shifting sand dunes, where to be lost is to be erased from the world. To build a road through it was considered not just difficult, but insane. The Taklamakan Desert Highway is one of the most extraordinary roads on Earth. More than 80% of its length cuts directly through towering sand dunes, constantly reshaped by fierce winds and blinding sandstorms. It is the longest desert crossing road in the world, a black ribbon laid across a golden hellscape. To keep the road from being swallowed by the ever-moving sands, a massive greening project was undertaken. A protective barrier of vegetation was planted along its entire length, irrigated by a complex system of wells and pipes that draw water from deep beneath the desert floor. This road is not just a feat of construction, but of endurance. It is a strategic artery connecting the populated regions of Xinjiang, a route for scientific research and a challenge for the most adventurous travelers. It stands as a quiet monument to human resilience in the face of one of the planet's most unforgiving environments. In a city that is a forest of skyscrapers, one tower rises above them all. Not with brute force, but with an elegant, spiraling grace. The Shanghai Tower, a twisting dragon of glass and steel that ascends 2,073 feet into the clouds. It is the tallest building in China, a structure that seems to defy the very air around it. Its unique 120-degree twist is not for beauty alone. It is a marvel of aerodynamic engineering. A design that reduces the force of the fierce typhoon winds that batter the city by 24%. This innovation saved tens of thousands of tons of steel, making the tower not just taller, but smarter. This is more than a building. It is a vertical city. It is divided into sky zones, each functioning like an independent community with its own parks, shops, and offices stacked one on top of the other. It houses thousands in a self-contained world. Its elevators are among the fastest on Earth. Whisking visitors to the observation deck at over 1,800 feet, where the sprawling metropolis of Shanghai unfolds below like a circuit board. The tower holds a platinum green rating, a symbol of a new kind of urban future. One that reaches not outward, but upward into the very sky itself. Not all towers are built to be inhabited. Some are built to be symbols, to be beacons of light and imagination. In the heart of Guangzhou, a structure rises that seems less like a building and more like a sculpture. The Canton Tower, with its unique hyperboloid shape, a slender, twisted waist that gives it an almost organic form. Rising to 1,968 feet, it was once the tallest tower on Earth. Its design is a lattice of steel, a complex web that creates a form that is both strong and delicate. It was engineered to withstand the region's powerful earthquakes and typhoons, a fortress of steel disguised as a work of art. At its summit lies the world's highest outdoor observation deck, where visitors can ride in transparent pods around the tower's edge, offering breathtaking, unobstructed views of the city. But it is at night that the tower truly comes alive. It transforms into a massive LED screen, a canvas for a symphony of light. With millions of colors changing in an endless, mesmerizing display. The Canton Tower is a global icon, a place where daring engineering and artistic vision merge to create something truly unforgettable. An airport is a gateway, a place of transition. But what if an airport could be a destination in itself? What if it could be a wonder of the modern world? In the south of Beijing, a new gateway has opened, a structure so vast and futuristic, it seems to have landed from another world. Beijing Daxing International Airport is the world's largest single terminal, covering nearly 7.5 million square feet. Designed by the legendary Zaha Hadid, its layout is a masterpiece of efficiency and beauty. The starfish shape is not an arbitrary design choice. It is a solution. From the central security hub, it takes only an 8-minute walk to reach the farthest gate. A revolutionary concept in an age of sprawling, exhausting airport terminals. The interior is a cavernous space of flowing lines and natural light. Designed to optimize the passenger experience, it is a strategic hub for a region of over 100 million people, a critical node in the global aviation network. Upon its inauguration, international media hailed it as a new wonder of the modern world. It is more than an airport. It is a vision of the future of travel. A place where architecture and technology combine to create a seamless, awe-inspiring journey. Before the age of steel and concrete, there was stone, earth, and human will. For centuries, the empires of China faced a persistent threat from the north. The solution was not a single battle or a temporary treaty, but a project of unimaginable scale and endurance, the Great Wall. Stretching for over 13,000 miles, it is not a single wall, but a massive military defense line, a stone dragon that winds over mountains, deserts, and plains. It is the longest defense structure in human history. In some sections, it stands 30 feet high and nearly 20 feet wide, a roadway for soldiers and weapons. Its watchtowers formed an ancient communication system using smoke and fire to send alerts across dozens of miles in minutes. The materials used to build it varied with the terrain: rammed earth in the plains, stone in the mountains, a testament to the ingenuity of its builders. It is a structure built not by machines, but by millions of hands over centuries. It is a symbol of perseverance, a line drawn across the landscape to protect a civilization. In 1987, UNESCO declared it a World Heritage Site, confirming its status as one of the greatest and most durable military works in history, a silent witness to the enduring ambition of an ancient people. At the center of Beijing, and for centuries at the center of the Chinese universe, lies a city within a city. A place of absolute power, sealed off from the world for 500 years. The Forbidden City was the largest royal palace in the world, the heart of an empire. Built between 1406 and 1420, it covers 180 acres, surrounded by walls nearly 30 feet high and a moat 170 feet wide. It was designed to be impenetrable. Inside, more than 8,700 rooms are arranged on a central axis, a physical manifestation of the Feng Shui belief that the emperor was the center of the cosmos. Every detail is symbolic. Golden roof tiles represent imperial power. While red walls and white marble bases create a stark, powerful contrast. The grand halls were built from rare wood, using complex joinery techniques without a single nail, a marvel of craftsmanship that has endured for centuries. This was not just a home, it was a ritual space, a political theater, and a prison of protocol. For 5 centuries, it was the most secret and inaccessible place on Earth. A symbol of a power so absolute, it could seal itself off from the world it ruled. Sometimes, ambition is not about conquering land or building empires, but about faith. In a cliff face overlooking the confluence of 3 great rivers in Sichuan, a figure of serene power has watched over the waters for more than 1,000 years. The Leshan giant Buddha is the largest ancient stone statue in the world, standing 233 feet tall. It was carved directly into a red sandstone cliff, an act of devotion that began in the year 713 and took nearly 90 years to complete. The statue was built to calm the rough waters that plagued passing ships, a prayer carved in stone. The statue is a masterpiece of ancient engineering. It contains a hidden drainage system, a network of small channels embedded within its body that have protected it from rain and erosion for centuries. Every feature is immense. Its ears are 23 feet long, its toes nearly 10 feet, making any person standing at its feet seem insignificant. It is a timeless symbol of faith, a guardian who has watched over the river and its people, a reminder that the greatest structures are sometimes built not for power, but for peace. In the modern world, empires are not always built of stone or steel. Sometimes they are built of light, shadow, and story. In Zhejiang province, a city has risen that exists outside of time and space, a place where dynasties can be born and fall in a single day. Hengdian World Studios is the largest outdoor film studio on Earth, covering more than 7,000 acres. It is not a set, it is a city. It began in 1996 as a local project and has grown into China's leading film hub. Here, history is rebuilt at full scale. Vast complexes of imperial cities, palaces, battlefields, and temples stand as permanent structures, turning the area into a living museum. The landscape itself is a chameleon, with mountains, rivers, and lakes that can be transformed to fit any scene from any era. More than 2,000 extras live within the compound, a permanent community ready to join a scene at a moment's notice. With millions of visitors each year, Hengdian has transformed a small town into the capital of China's film and tourism industry. It is a place where history is not just remembered, but endlessly remade, a factory that produces not goods, but dreams for a global audience. On the coast, where the Yangtze meets the sea, lies the beating heart of global trade. The port of Shanghai is not just a harbor, it is a city of steel, a constantly moving landscape of containers, cranes, and colossal ships. It is the busiest container port in the world, the strategic nexus through which the products of a nation flow out to the globe. The waters here are fast silting, requiring a constant battle by engineers to dredge the channels, keeping them deep enough for the world's largest vessels. Above, an army of giant cranes, some over 400 feet tall, move in a synchronized robotic rhythm, lifting and stacking containers with relentless precision. But this is not just a story of scale. It is a story of the future. Here, self-driving electric trucks navigate the terminals, guided by a digital brain. Making this one of the few ports on Earth to achieve full automation. The port of Shanghai is a symbol of globalization, made real, a testament to the logistical power and technological ambition that drives the 21st century economy. From the silent vigil of an ancient Buddha to the automated ballet of a futuristic port, the story of China is a story of scale. It is a narrative written in stone, steel, and water. These are not just megaprojects. They are the physical manifestations of a nation's will. A civilization's memory, and a people's relentless drive toward the future. They are structures that tame rivers, conquer mountains, and reach for the stars. They are echoes of an ancient past and blueprints for a future we can only begin to imagine. They stand as proof that the limits of what is possible are not fixed, but are constantly being redrawn by human hands. This is the new empire. Engineered on a scale unknown. A testament not just to the power of a nation, but to the enduring, audacious, and unstoppable power of the human dream.